Hello everybody. Angie here. Welcome to my channel here on YouTube, Fancy Auntie Crafts. I am coming on today to do a collage series that I created here on YouTube along with Anna G over at Making Joyful Journals. This is a year-long series. We do it bi-weekly, twice a month, and we just combine our love for the Lord and our love for crafting, and we do a collage make with it. It is a prompted collage. This is our third year doing this series. We are pleased to say we are very much enjoying this series. And yeah, we mix it up each time, make it a little bit different, keep it interesting and fun. This year, we're keeping it very limited. We want to see how creative you can be in your collages. All we're doing is providing the Bible verse and a focal image and one primary color. You can add anything else that you like in your collage. Okay, so with that being said, let's get started. If this is something that interests you, please let us know, join in, and have some fun with us. We ask that you please use the hashtag FaithFilledCollaging 2026 so we can find you and support your makes. Okay, now with this series, we are providing the focal image and the Bible verse. It's in the description box below. All you have to do is download it and print it out if that's something that's helpful and that you can use. We just try to make it as simple and as easy as possible for you guys. All right, so all that information along with all the people that are participating and my co-collaborator Anna G. All right, I am working out of a jumbo-sized card book that I made. I had some jumbo-sized cards. I just cut them in half. Thought that would be a way to use those up, and I just did a comb binding, and it gives me a pretty good amount of real estate to work with. It's about like a 5 by 7 or so ish. Okay, here's some of the ones that have been previously made. Okay, and you just do you. Let the verse speak to you. Let your hands guide you, and just do whatever you want. It is so much fun. It's relaxing. It's creative. And it keeps you in the Bible and you know, keeps you focusing on the Word. Okay, now I do have some prompts, pieces selected here. I'll go through those with you because I don't remember exactly. I put those together about 5-6 days ago, and I don't quite remember what I had in mind. But we're going to get started. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's well. And this is just the sheet of Bible verses. I'm just cutting out the one that we're going to be using today. But I mean, if you want to handwrite it or type it up or print it up in a different font, something like that, however you want to do it. We're just trying to keep it, you know, easy for those that, you know, you may not have a Bible on hand or a printer, or I mean, not really a printer, but you know, just some of the things that you may need. So we're just trying to be as helpful as possible. And I think I'm going to try and cut this down just a little bit more. And it is a long piece, so you got to keep that in mind when you're doing your collage, or you're going to have to cut it down. And I have done that in a couple other of my makes, but the piece I'm working on, see, it fits within my page quite nicely. But if it's too long, just chop it up and shorten it, you know. Okay, so let's look and see. For April 15th, and I am a little bit behind in getting this done, the Bible verse is Deuteronomy 26:17. The focal image to be used is a calendar, and the primary color is purple. Okay, I'm going to use that. Now I am going to use the focal image that is provided in this series, and it is in here somewhere, and that's this right here. Okay, calendar, name and frame. Okay, so I'll have to trim that out, and that's what I had in mind. I think I wanted to use a die cut for this, but the ones that I found are just a bit wee small, so I'm going to be cutting away a little bit of the image, depending on which one I use, and that one's too big. And if I use this one, I believe I wanted to cut it out of this. I'm going to try it, and we're going to see where we go. Let me grab some scissors. Let's just see how this looks. And I've got my little mini Gemini here. I'm going to cut this out right here, not in frame, but I'm just right next to you. Only takes a minute to wind this through and cut it out. Get it started. There we go. And I usually run my die cuts through twice. Okay. Let's see if that did it. That's nice, huh? Okay. Get that out of the way. And let's just go ahead and cut this out now. I'm not going to be too precise. I'm just going to trim around. And I'm hoping it'll fit within that die cut. This is such a pretty image. It's, you know, speaks vintage. So I did grab some vintage sheet music page that I had it in my scrap bin. A little small piece left over, so I thought we'd use a little bit of that and keep that feel going, kind of say. Okay. Let's see if that fits. Looks like it's gonna. Looks pretty good. I don't really care for all that white there. Let me just kind of trim just a little bit more of that off. It's kind of shouting at me saying, take me off. Just clean that up just a bit. Yeah, I think that looks good. I think we'll use that like that. Okay, now let's start with the background. Now, the primary color was purple. I searched through all of my scrap papers and I could not find purple. I used my last bit of purple on the last collage. So I didn't want to have to go buy something just for, you know, a piece of purple. I looked through my magazines, everything. There were shades of purple, like lavender, but I didn't want to use that. So the only thing I could find was this here, and it actually does have a beautiful purple flowers in there. It's actually purple. So I thought I would use that. And here is that piano music that I thought I would use. And it's too large, so let's trim that down. Now this can be a small collage. It doesn't even have to be a collage. You could just use the items and work it into your junk journals if you'd like. You know, make a tag or a journal page, whatever you want to do. Parameters are easy. Parameters, I guess I should say. I didn't say that quite clearly. Okay. This down. Okay, that's a good start. And we can still use some of this. Not quite that much, though, I don't think. Put a piece of it right there. I'm gonna grab my ink. I've got my ink close by somewhere. Let me grab my ink. I got my brush. And we're gonna go with, stay on that vintage feel. So grab vintage photo. Put a little ink on that. Put that right there. Try and use up what we got. Okay. And then I grabbed this. This spoke to me for some reason. I thought maybe we'd use a piece of that. Doesn't have to be a lot. Could just be a small piece. This is a cut off of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. We can do something like that. And I still have this. Oh, we could set this in there. That looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, let's do that. But I'm going to ink that up a little bit. Tone down that white some. Okay, let's layer that. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, I still got this. Shall we run a little piece down the edge? Why not? I like that. It kind of softens it, doesn't it? It's kind of a pastel color. I like it. Okay, so now we need the purple. So let's do, I'm just going to do a rough tear, I think, around this little image here. I don't necessarily need the name of the flowers here, so I'll remove that. Go all the way around. Okay. That was harder than it looked. All right, let's throw a little ink on that. because it doesn't stand off of that back page very well. So we'll help it out. Much better. So that's my purple. Just put that right down. Okay, I don't really care for that A because it really doesn't stand for anything, so maybe we could just cover that A up with this. Yeah, I'm going to trim this down just a little bit. It's a little bit big for my liking. I'm just going to go around, use those lines, help me cut straight. Make that just a little smaller. Yeah, I think that's much better. Okay, so we'll put that there, and then we need the Bible verse. Now for that, I think we're gonna have to back that on this something too. Should I put it on here? Or should I put it on a white background? So it just really, really stands out. Let me see. We'll go ahead and use this, I guess. And I'm just going to do it just so a little bit peeks out. And it'll strengthen this because this is just, you know, printer paper. It's very thin, so it'll make it a little stronger. Okay. Let's cut that out. This probably spoke to me because of the lines, so if I knew if I was going to be cutting, it would help me cut a straight line. Okay, yes, please. Tell you, it could be difficult. Okay, so if we cover that A up, put that right there. I feel like I don't want to cover it up here necessarily. It's not taking up too much space. But if I bring this up a little. Okay, let's put this first. Right along the bottom here. I think I want to put this on foam tape and raise it up a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. And I just have a drawer right here. I just grabbed it right out of my drawer. Okay. Okay, now we're going to cover that up. We're going to put that right there. Yes, I like that. Okay, we almost used that whole piece of paper. Okay, so primary color is purple, the Bible verse, and we've got a nice collage there. Also, that's a freebie. In the images, there's some little labels, and this kind of goes with the Bible verse, so I pulled that out, and it just says trust and obey. So we're going to go ahead and use that. Trim that up. Okay. We can just put that right up there. I think that'll look good. Do I need to back that? Why not? We're trying to use up stuff, right? Let's do it. Again, just a small matting on that. And there, another piece gets used. I like it. Okay, let's do that. And guys, a collage, it's as simple as that. Just use what you have, use what you've got. Let your heart, your hands, and your mind guide you. Let that Bible verse speak to you, and just see what you come up with. I like that, just like that. I'm going to stop. I think those papers work really well together. I like that back floral in the background there. I think that's really nice. Okay, I'm going to call that one done, guys. Deuteronomy 26, 17, verse 17, it reads, "You have declared today that the Lord is your God, and that you will walk in his ways and keep his statutes, in his commandments and his rules, and will obey his voice." And that's why I thought that trust and obey kind of went in with that. Okay, guys, that is my collage. Primary color purple, calendar, and Bible verse Deuteronomy 26:17. Thank you so very much for stopping by my channel. I hope you like the collage. I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. But as always, take care. God bless. I'll see you on the next video. And please hop over to Anna G's page. Check out what she is making with the same prompts. All right? As well as all the other people that are participating in this series. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.